Troy Campbell, Chief Scientist at On Your Feet, and I'm here to talk to you about doing a shout-out deck and the science behind it. So shout-out decks are powerful ways to channel the science of acknowledgement and create experiences that powerfully recognize, acknowledge, celebrate, and see your team members. So the most basic version of this is you create a deck where every slide is dedicated to one person, and then you present these decks in meetings. Here's an example of a leader doing that.
I'm going to start with you, Aiden. So my CU is, I know you had to deal with a lot this year, both with, and celebrate you. I want to say that I have so much respect, and I know you love Marvel, Black Widow, because you're skilled on your own and able to take leadership when needed, so.
Aw, thank you.
Yeah. Woo.
Great.
All right, Brad.
So on some teams, everybody can make a shout-out deck, but probably the easiest and most iconic way to make a shout-out deck is for the leader just to make a slide for everyone, and then for everyone to individually add their own shout-outs in a way that the leader adds into their deck. Let me show you how that works with an example.
So this next slide is things people said about you. So here are your
Oh,
acknowledgements for Aiden. Thank you for the trivia nights. That OBS thing you did for our pitch was spectacular.
yeah, that OBS thing you did was fantastic.
And then in chatting after the Zooms, it wasn't just sort of fun and interesting, but some of those things you share with me were really helpful for me to do my job better. So thanks.
All right, big reveal. So look at the memes people submitted, or memes as I like to call them. All right. Why don't you take yourselves off mute and tell her which ones are yours.
Yeah, so Aiden, I have that Leslie Nope, right? Shout out to Parks and Rec. Just thank you, right?
You're too good to find a meme for. I need the best meme.
And mine, of course, was Another Day, Another Sleigh.
I love that you picked Queen Bee.
Powerful version of the shout-out deck, people are pre-sourcing the slides with their own individual shout-outs, sometimes text, sometimes through memes. So how do you pre-source this? There are millions of different ways, but just in case you aren't totally a convert to using shared documents for everything on your team, here's an example of how to do that.
Okay.
All right. So as you can see right now, we have a document opened, and what you can do is you can just share a document with one page for each of the people on your team, and then at any time, people can add compliments, and then you can later share that slide during a meeting. So right now, the whole team's in here, and we're just gonna be showing you how easy it is to put compliments and make a shout out slide for somebody. And so as you can see, very, very quickly, this can happen. And in 3 seconds, I can move everybody around and organize this all around. You can also create a page of memes or characters, for instance, and that's very easy. People can come in and they can all just paste in their memes very easily. Everybody is doing right now.
So here's a little bit of science around acknowledgement to help you improve your shout-out decks. And that is that there are many different ways to acknowledge people, but psychologically, you can think of two general categories. And one is the celebrate you. That's where you celebrate people's victories, accomplishments, and competencies. And the other is a see you section, where you're seeing their reality, their struggles, and knowing their needs. And what this does is it creates something close to what psychological researchers might call full acknowledgement, where a person feels seen and celebrated, and no part of them related to the team is being ignored in any way. Why are we bothering with slides? Why are we bothering with these templates? So first of all, we're bothering with slides because we want to create an experience around this. We want people to spend time focusing on this to show people what I'm telling you is important, and the active acknowledgement on this team is important. And we're using templates because it helps people to create those shout-outs in a quick and easy way, directs them potentially to multiple parts of the psychology of acknowledgement, like celebrate and see. And then when they are presented in the meeting, it facilitates a way for you to go through the content very quickly but completely. For instance, showing a bunch of memes and saying, why did you choose this meme? Why did you choose this meme? And keeping the conversation tight and about acknowledgements. So while there is time, and you should take the time to have just shout outs verbally or in the chat or during your meetings, there is something unique and special about creating acknowledgement decks, because usually they lead to better acknowledgements, more complete acknowledgements, and do take time to focus and make it totally clear to the team. Acknowledgement is important.